Hello, creative friends. I just wanted to give you some initial thoughts about this device while I'm here waiting. This particular project that it's working on now is a 40 millimeter by 40 millimeter design. It's a free design that came with the app, and it's been engraving for about 30 minutes and probably has another 30 minutes to go. So these devices aren't speedy, but for the price, they sure are powerful. This particular one is the 30-watt model, and it is currently being controlled by an Android app on my phone. That was one of the cool features I thought for this particular device, is that there is an app that you can control it from a tablet or a phone, both Android and iOS. But anyway, so this particular design is printing, and so I just want to show you some of my initial test experiments with it. I did purchase this on my own. I've been researching these for several months, and this was the model I decided to go with. It's by a company called Neje, and again, this is called the Neje Master 2 Plus 30-watt version. And there is a mini and a plus and a max, and that just describes how large your engraving or cutting area will be. But it was very easy to put together. All the tools that you needed come with it, so it was very simple. You basically just connect the two rails, and there are 3 plugs and 4 screws, and so once you get the order right, then it went together very easily. And with the Android app, it's super easy. It connected right up. So there's instructions about how to download the app. And then once you turn the app on, there's a QR code. You just scan that QR code, and then the app starts right up. So this is, again, currently engraving on leather. This is vegetable tan leather, 2 to 3 ounce. And so my first test was on this piece of scrap leather. It's 4 to 5 ounce, and I was again, just using the phone app, and I have it set all the way up for speed. I have it set to 100 milliseconds, and then this was only 7% laser power, and you can see it charred it. And so that was too high. So then I bumped it down to 4% laser power. Again, it was fairly charred. Went down to 2%, and that's what I'm currently using here is 2%. And I did get the leather wet this time first, and that seemed to help. And so the one that it's currently working on, it was wet to start with, but it's probably going to dry out as this hour goes on. So this was 7, 4, 2%. I started off with 1% and it didn't do anything, so then I finished that up at 2% just to see. So leather was super successful, and so this was one of the reasons I was looking at these devices, is to do leather engraving, and then also just some paper crafting. But also did this pencil. Let's see. The one on the left was at 4%, again running it at 100 milliseconds. And the one on the right, I bumped that down to 2% power. That may not focus, and I apologize, I can't really see what I'm doing because I'm wearing my safety glasses, so I can't tell if it's in focus. So those experiments were a lot of fun. And again, this was all done just in the app on the phone. And then once I plugged in the laptop software, instead of doing it raster style, where it's going left to right, dot by dot by dot, you can, if you use the laptop software, you can get it to go in a path to where it will engrave the image in a path. And so this rose pattern, again, a free pattern that came with the software, is an example of that. And so it ran much faster. And this is just on cardboard. This again was at 100 millisecond speed, and I think was at 6% power, and it just came out beautiful. And then this was one of their test patterns. Again, getting it to do a path vector file. They call it G code or a .nc file. And so I did this at 10% to see if it would cut through, and it did not. So I did a second burn at 10%, and that still did not cut through at all. I think if I kept going over it, even at just 10%, it would eventually cut through. I did bump it up just to see. I think this bumped it up to 15% power, and you just have to be very careful. Don't ever, ever, ever leave this unattended, because you can get flare-ups easily. So it just hit pause right away in the app, and it was just fine. But just be very careful. And then I moved to paper. Black paper works real well. And so I experimented at different power levels because I wanted to see, you can engrave the paper, but of course on this black paper you can't really see it, but I wanted to see what it would take to cut the paper. And so this was 15% power at 100 milliseconds, just one pass, and those letters just came out perfectly. All right, so I will probably be making some stencils and just some greeting card elements, and then definitely leather embellished projects. So, all right, well, let me know if you have any questions. I don't have a whole lot of answers yet since this is still new. I did purchase this gadget myself, again after researching several different types. And I do have an affiliate link below if you choose to use that. I would appreciate it if you use the affiliate link. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you later. Thanks for watching.